Hey, but that's when you look for the buff ups, like one of these little ags things that gets to slip through. Like the Alchemist, I'm remembering, like, shout out if he's listening right now to Fogged, for the insane amount of damage the Alchemist could do through Concoction.
Sure.
If it can give away enough ags.
We were talking about the draft that's going on. Like the first 4 TNC picks, like the lineup doesn't look great. They needed a last pick that truly created a new win condition for them. I think OG was perceptive banning the Meepo. TNC, of course, going Alchemist, but that's the sort of hero type they needed. A last pick that just enables the 4 TNC like killing heroes, the magic damage, to play around this centerpiece to the draft that can also carry the Aegis and actually win the game. And that's the Alchemist here. So
yeah,
Armel,
that's a lot of pressure on the Alchemist, however, and if they can pressure early on, like if OG want to slow this up, in fact, already TNC looking to get involved. This is a 4-on-4 around the top rune. Who do they want to go for? You get a 3-man in the Nova, and the damage into Gabby is heavy. Tims gets the fissure off, and he'll steal the bounty rune as well. They're all trying to escape up the hills. Gabby is the lowest, and that's the one they really cannot afford to lose. Slow him down. The Gale will now connect from Cuckoo, but it all comes too late. No. Gabby's already been brought down by Jerax.
Not just that, but you skilled Gale now. When you do not want to skill Gale on Venomancer level 1, your Poison Sting is far more valuable as a laning mechanic.
Unless he can combo with something, but the only thing he's got is Ancient Apparition, who went cold feet. Like, there's not even the harassment that comes in from Chilling Touch either.
And this is also, man,
problematic.
Do you know how hard bottom lane is going to be for Gabby as well against a Furion and a tree? Look at the auto attack damage that can come out from this lane. They got a Blightstone level 1, and Ember is just not a strong hero. Your Flame Guard's cool and all, but they're just going to hit him in the face.
They're also looking towards top lanes. Cuckoo is baiting at the moment, looking for a fissure block. They already pinged out that they want to go onto No-Tail. Cold feeding him up. That's where they get the chain stuns. And the denial. And actually denies No-Tail. TNC were preparing 3 heroes to get this kill. They don't even claim it.
More importantly, you give No-Tail a free mana regen, and in addition, you've used 3 spells, 1 per player. It's so much regen spent, and No-Tail had already bought, so they lost nothing there. That helps OG.
So Tims does the only thing he can do. He's dragging the creep wave off the top. Gabby is having a hard life on bottom, but EU's come down here to try and correct that balance as well.
Yeah, and just to reiterate, if TNC don't like absolutely snowball through the laning phase, OG's going to win this game. Like there's the emphasis on TNC here to make things happen in the laning phase, and they aren't looking great right now. And I don't know if they ever get a lead in any of these matchups, specifically top, where Spectre not just lanes well against the Veno, but the one thing that this hero is weak against is high reach, and Spectre can just pop ult and jump on any of these squishy backline heroes on TNC, either support or the Veno. And you've got an Earth Spirit, which is just non-blink required initiation, another excellent Veno counter because you can ignore the ward spam and still initiate.
Okay, let's actually have a look at a different lane, because we've been talking a hell of a lot about top as Cuckoo's probably going to die and bring our attention back up to this top lane. Actually, no, not enough damage to kill him off. But let's talk about mid. Alchemist versus ES. Obviously, a bit of an odd pickup coming in to put him on top of Thompson, but how's he meant to play against this Alchemist? Like, what's the role of the ES in this game?
I have no idea. He's the same thing in Thompson's role always is just play some dotes and kill people, deal some magic damage. I like that he went Bassi first. It's a nice way to be able to mitigate the acid spray damage from Armel, who I think also makes a good decision here, going double bracer to help his last team.
Great TP over, and this is going to help them give just that extra bit of damage they need to kill off the Ancient Apparition. Jirax just been watching the pull, and just that global presence which OG are able to achieve, not just through the teleportation of Nature's Prophet, but also later on, Spectral Haunt.
Yeah. Yeah, and go back to mid lane real quick. I just want to reiterate, like, Armel going double bracer is big here because it equalizes the damage, last hitting rather. It's 71 on Earth Spirit now and 72 on Armel. If he goes for your more typical, like, rush treads or, like, you just like having these early stat items because you're laning against a melee hero and you're just straight up dueling them. You know, it's like DK versus Ember or something like that. And you want to ensure you're not in a damage disadvantage. And pointing again to top, like, this is just so scary for TNC because I don't see them ever really able to pressure Ana. And the only one who could rotate is really going to be the Ember Spirit. And I don't think Gabby's going to want to leave this lane early because that just means Seb takes a free tower.
Yep. Have ourselves a quick pause as TNC. What? Yes, Thompson. Okay, so... You know, I'm with you on this topic. I'm also kind of interested to see like how the Crystal Maiden's able to function later on. Like, I just don't see the heavy rotations from OG to contest Alchemist if there were stacks. But I suppose there are no stacks, so they can't leave the lane, right?
The thing is, it's also not difficult to deal to not. Okay, like TNC can easily win this game. The Alchemist can go off, but you have the tools on OG to hunt him without needing NoTail to do anything. You've got Haunt, you've got Global TP from Furion, you've got a Treant that can hunt, and then an Earth Spirit with an 1800 initiation range. In theory, you can scout him with Tree and have 4 heroes on top of him in a millisecond, and there's no real way to prepare for that as TNC. And sure, they've got a bit of global mobility when the AL comes online, when Ember starts being able to move, but none of the cores like naturally want to be playmakers. And we'll see. It just feels like an easier game for OG to execute.
Yeah. It's kind of like the way we started yesterday. It's like, well, okay, how's this draft looking? Well, one's really complex to try and roll out, but if it works, it's going to look fantastic. But if it doesn't, if the timing was wrong, this is the Dazzle mid of Team Liquid I'm referring to, it's just very problematic to try and regather.
Yeah.
And if you can control your map, then it's going to get better. Chirax, okay, he's going to get rid of the Sentry Wall, but Seb being initiated on. The Searing Chains, no! It went up to the tree as they kept him on top, but it won't matter anyway. Seb is still going to be brought down by Gabby.
That's big.
That's a long Seb.
Thanks, Ellen.
Well, they're coming again. Gabby was a little bit too far forward. Seb's looking for revenge. As Gabby has the lead seat onto him. Jirax slowed up and will be forced to turn around.
And notably, the AUAA is going to be maxing Cold Feet here. Really good synergy with effectively all of the other heroes on his team will be able to land that spell easily with any disable applied. As you see
they find Jirax. He came back in close enough. Meanwhile, up on top lane, NoTail's being hunted down by Cuckoo. Supports on the wave from Tim's, able to hit that fissure, which means Crystal Maid's going to tick out because again, Anna, he can see this coming from a mile away, just denies the Crystal Maiden once more because they got no burst damage to finish him off.
Yeah, this is the dream for NoTail. I'm telling you, as a 5 position, like he's doing a great job ensuring he spends all his money as he dies because it takes time when it's Venom Shaker. And he just gets free meta. He just TP's back in. Look at this. They're immediately going back on Cuckoo.
Yep, look at Tim's. He's waiting. He has the fissure, so it's difficult for OG to just easily initiate in. This mid lane, by the way, the CS is looking almost even, like it's 10 the difference, but the network is already over 4.1k. Top lane Cuckoo's in trouble again, but hey, don't worry. He's got Tim's here, or actually, he's got Tim's there, but where is your fissure? It's still on cooldown for 1 more second. He can throw it out and actually get the kill onto NoTail. He just needs a little bit more time, and here comes it.
Tops is here, though. Yeah, pops the ult.
Killed off Cuckoo, going to turn on the Magnetize, and Seb's also going to TP in. Need a little bit of extra damage to ensure that Tim's going to tick out the Tango regeneration. It will not be enough. So Thompson will claim his 2nd kill underneath that tier 1.
Yeah, the thing is, though, it's a lot of space for Armel, who's doing a great job, like, continuing to try and stack his own camps. I love the build he went for as well. Like, just skip stun, 303, tons of stats straight into Radiance. So it's a way to be as gold and slot efficient to make your hero as strong as possible, and then you just say, all right, I'm going to chill. I'm going to wait for this huge item now. And you look at the warding from Jerax, by the way. He just placed all of those. It's very easy to ward effectively as a Treant because the enemy side will not see you. Obviously, you're invisible. Yep. And he places a bunch of wards specifically to find Armel as he tries to farm his Radiance.
Yeah, but it seems also a little too easy for Armel, where he's got that camp so close to the mid lane, and he's the pressure is still being applied from mid. Like, he doesn't have to back off too far. Looks like Anna may be in a little bit of trouble up on top. Tim's is moving over. The cold feet will begin. The fissure to follow up. He does have 16 one charges. Don't know if he wants to commit it because really he's dead. So Anna, down for the count on top lane. That's a good kill for Cuckoo.
I will say right now, I'm liking.
Well, they're going after Gabby. Underneath the trees, Jirax needs to just punch him once, but no, they can't close the distance.
So far, I'm really liking TNC's place in this game right now. I think Armel is going to be able to single-handedly carry this if he can just play this game for the next 2-3 minutes. Right now, OG, they're not in a position to contest Alk at all. They have a level 3 tree. They have a level 4 CM. Anna does not have his ultimate, whereas Armel, he's going to have a Radiance at like 10, 11 minutes. Like you actually can't kill him as OG. They have major damage issues against this Alk until they're online. They need a Spirit Vessel. They need like Manta on Spectre, and it's very scary for them at the moment.
I wonder then, like, if you get it from somebody else. I'm saying, like, well, how does Thompson itemize if you get the Spirit Vessel onto him if he's going to have that money early on?
I think so. I think that's actually a big part of why he's playing this hero, because that item is necessary against an Alk.
He can get that. You got the Orchid build coming in from Seb.
That's dangerous.
Rolling Boulder up on the top. Thompson initiates over onto Cuckoo. He'll get the Gale off with the Magnetize. Cuckoo knows he's going to die. That's why he begins the TP, but there's another kick available. As Spectral Horn, he's bouncing all the way down, working with Jirax to kill up the Alchemist. Maybe this won't work for him. Gabby will arrive as well as Jirax. He can go invis in 1 second time. Remember, there's very little fade time, but he will still be brought down before that cooldown can come off. But Seb's adding the pressure on the side lane.
Yep. I'm just scared because when you go this Orchid build on Prophet, you're going to be able to find kills, but Alk's a natural Manta buyer, and in addition, it makes you a target as the Prophet. He'll have like 1,000 health for the next 10 minutes in this game, and she can be offensive, but if an Ember gets on top of you, you are dead. Same with Alk, same with a Shaker Fisher into a Cold Feet. It's a very dangerous game Seb's trying to play here.
Yeah, it's not just that simple, easy split push, but obviously OG have the mindset, right? Like, the team fight is going to happen. They need to pressure the Alchemist early on. They need to pressure TNC as a whole early on. And if you can Orchid the Venomancer, take Nova out of the picture, take any of these big abilities out of the picture, life would be better.
And you know, look at the net worth, right? Look at the heroes of TNC that aren't Alchemist. This is the problem with the first 4 picks, right? They needed this hero that could win them the game. And it's what's enabling them to be behind in the other lanes, to be behind as these more mid-game centered heroes, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that Gabby is 3k net worth near 10 minutes in, level 6, because his only purpose is going to be to help Armel win him the game. Find some stuns, initiate, draw some attention as Armel walks forward with like 20k net worth.
Hey, later on you can give an ag, so you can have all the spirits in the world, but for now, OG have taken a second tier 1 tower up on the top. Seb got the last hits on both of these, so that Orchid timing is going to be rapidly moved forward.
And you have a Radiance coming out on Armel.
Yeah.
Like now.
Yeah.
As soon as they get a bounty rune, he has Radiance. In fact, he just finished it. A 10-minute Radiance on now.
The recipe of the courier. Thompson trying to rolling bottle away. Great Fisher stuns him up. The Cold Feet will trigger as well. The rune getting denied up by Seb, but they want the kill onto Thompson. They're sticking around. Potential denial. Another rolling bottle forward, but Ember Spirit blocks the path out. Fantastic maneuvering by TNC. Just at every single pass of OG's potential escape, they block it.
And you have Armel with Radiance. He's got so many stacks, now picking up an easy one at the hard camp in the enemy jungle as well.
God, the money. He just spent all of his cash. He's back to 800.
I'm telling you, you don't need to do things to the other TNC heroes. There were 4 players at the top runes. But it doesn't matter that Seb is out split pushing them, is farming. They find a kill on him here. It's just so much easier for TNC to play now because they have by far the most powerful hero in the game right now.
Into the mid. The TPs are coming in. Cuckoo's ready to roll. Then again, he's got Gale. No-Tell going to let it go in the tree lines. Everyone's just moving away. They're looking instead over towards the tree and Protector, who can't get up. He's still caught inside the acid spray, ticking down. The concoction will connect as well. Jirax, Anna, he's there to deny. That's his 3rd deny of the game.
Yeah. So it is Alk versus the world at a certain point when the Spirit Vessel, the Manta, and maybe the Orchid come out for OG. That's when all of a sudden their team starts to be able to deal with Alk. But for right now, TNC are going to look to just play around Armel and secure more towers. They need towers. They have no tier 1s. They cannot just sit back and
Ice
farm.
Blast is up. Seb's going to get hit by that on the bottom lane. And Gabby just comes in nice and close, sticks with him, makes sure that Seb just can't easily TP out. Needs to burn him down a little bit more so Seb will then shatter, but Gabby gets the kill. Great space, great farm on all the treants. And something getting Gabby back into the game. He's 3rd on the net worth at the moment. It feels really imbalanced just because already we have a 10k net worth Alchemist 12 minutes in. But Gabby has really been playing catch up.
For sure, but the thing is, it's so much, it's just, as you can see, because of his hero, is just the natural kit of an Ember with the assistance of an AA and of a Shaker. They're great heroes for an Ember to play around, and Prophet, Tree, like these heroes are very squishy to his magic damage. Here they go again.
Spirit committal in forward. Needs to get the Searing Chains off. Keep the damage coming. Jirax has no trees to work with. Another Sleight of Fist will get the kill. Gabby begins his own TP out. Anna and Seb have no disable. So it's a quick jump out while Cuckoo will be knocked down by Thompson.
Yeah, he is going for the Vessel as expected, so that will come online. I'm still concerned for Seb, though. Traditionally, you see him play with auras, right? He's the man that invented it. He won TI on the back of Vlads and Greaves, not Orchid rushes, and I'm very afraid that his game impact is going to be low. He will not be able to utilize this item.
It was always like, OG always did better when he had the auras, but he also had an AoE stun or some kind of big initiative. This is why like, Magnus keeps getting banned out in the first phase against OG every single time. Great combinations, easy once again. again, and this will be Thompson going down. He cannot avoid it. Shatters to the Ancient Apparition.
Yep, and now I think TNC, you've already got wards in the enemy jungle for just a bit more. Player on out, get this top tower. You want to try and start taking map control. And I think OG, they have the right read on this. You can see Ana already mirroring the movements, playing bottom. 3 wards in the bottom area of the map. 1 was countered recently by the Radiant, but it doesn't matter. You want to be playing bot. You want to just extend this game, as the panel was saying at the start. You want to just continue to prolong it until you're eventually strong enough to kill this damn Alchemist.
Man, I'm still wondering, like you're talking about all these great items that OG can have against the Alchemist, but everyone else from TNC is still getting their own. Ana, okay, that's a Nova being committed. Gabby's moving in as well. Ice Blast is going to connect as Ana moves up the hillside. You can't deny that one, as Notel sits in the river, trying to force Gabby back, working with Thompson as well as Seb. They have the overgrowth from Jirax. He'll also join the fight. Maybe Ember Spirit. No, he cannot jump and get away. Spectre did tick out at the same time. Earth Spirit wants to keep rolling, bouldering in. Can he find a different target? Both of the supports of TNC on the way out. Here's your rolling boulder forward. Already EU dodges it. The kick comes forward. A little bit of slow and silence. Armel's now arriving. The Alchemist has joined the fight, and Thompson doesn't want anything to do with it. He's actually clipped himself, but Tims gets the stun off. The concoction can still fly out as Jirax almost permanently something to fissure will find there. Actually, no, it's Armel who will find 2 kills. They're going to give him the 3rd one onto No Tail. And Thompson's still on the hill. He doesn't want to come back down again. They know he's up there. The Plague Wards are watching him. Thompson rolling boulders down. They're going to give the Ultra Cut to Armel. Of course they do. Let the money flood in. That's his Manta style. That's OG practically all dead.
He beat Seb to Orchid with his Manta. Like, you got to kill this Alk, right? How is that a thing anymore for OG? That was a great movement. I was going to say, oh, hang on.
It really is going to be all 5 depth. Ana has no escape out this one. He'll burn to the Radiance, or Gabby can just Spirit jump forward and get him too.
Yeah, I was about to say I didn't know if Armel was making the right choice here. He could have just kept split pushing top, take a free tower, but when you show up and get an ultra kill, what is OG doing? Still moving forward. The moment you see that Alchemist in his own jungle, you have got to get out of dodge, and instead they're still continuing to try and turn this around.
It's like, we got this, guys,
Thompson
right?
could have rolled away and to safety long ago, but they're still trying to take an engagement that they really just don't have a chance of winning. And looking at Ana's items, actually, he went for a hood. Like, they do not have the offensive capabilities right now to do anything to Armel unless he makes a critical error.
Well, here's your silence going onto Armel, Frostbite as well, but it
No
won't
Tail?
matter.
What are you doing?
He's walking in. The rest of his team did not want anything to do with this. Spectral Haunt was up, and maybe he was waiting for Ana to get the jump, but Ana doesn't have the damage. He went for a Hood of Defiance. Like, he's slowed down.
It doesn't feel like the item synergy is there right now for OG, and they're often the best at it, right? You've got Ana playing this more defensive style, like he's trying to buy time into the mega late game, whereas Seb and Thompson are like, hey, so we can kill Alk now, right?
Yep.
And I don't know if they realize this, but this is a 15K net worth at 16 minutes. This game is
maybe the thought,
very hard.
Maybe the thought was also there from OG. It's like, well, these are the items we had to kill the Alchemist. Let's just give it a shot. Like, it has to work, so at least we'll know if it does or doesn't work. But maybe that's when you have to start playing a little bit more shady. Get into the backlines, slow things down. Thompson runs in actually into the middle of Tims while the concoction on bottom lane. It's going to get the kill into Seb, but Thompson, he's getting a solo kill right now on Tims, thanks to having his Magnetize up. Jirax, he's a double kill for Armel. It's not like he's got enough kills. He's now 8-0-4 on this Alchemist.
The problem is as well, he just finished a blink. So I again point to Seb's just HP. He's the top net worth on his team, but until he has a BKB, if he gets blinked on by Armel, if he gets remnanted on by Ember, he's just dead. He is immediately dead, as we've seen now, like what, 3-4 times he's just been picked off because there's no method of survival against these heroes with hard lockdown and tons of burst damage.
So it's blink into Shivas. Now even worse, like you've got no damage. Thompson's trying to run himself out this mid, still got clipped by the Ice Blast. Prophet gonna begin his own TP in. Yeah, you're not gonna complete that. Thompson, what are you still doing here? He turns around, rolling boulders up. They'll hit him with the Veil, the Gale, and everything else. And
real quick, I love what Tims did here, this adaptation, right? Look at the Earthshaker. Treads, double bracer, no blink. What's the point of having a blink when you're playing against a Treant who's invis, the Earth Spear with the roll-in, the Spectre Haunt that would inevitably cancel your blink? It's not reliable as a tool for initiation. Abuse the fact that OG don't have the damage to kill your Alchemist. Thus, if you can make them unable to kill you, as like who do they target? Who do you go for as OG when you have an Ember and Alk and a Shaker just walking at you with Venom wards placed around the map?
And it seems like everyone's slowed down enough anyway that he can just walk at him. Like, Cuckoo's getting enough of the slows across the map, and now OG, they're coming in. They're going to find Tim's a little bit far up. Rolling Boulder well off target. Could have actually started that with Frostbite, but they silence him up for half a second. Tim's now gets the fissure off, and the Ice Blast. Notel's going to hit by this perfectly. Anna jumps in, but the Echo Slam Tim's just locks down Thompson as well as Anna. Here comes Armel looking for the concoction, but it's in the back lines. It's Gabby with the Searing Chains. He'll kill up Notel. He'll hold Thompson in position. And this game has beyond escalated quickly. This has just been a gradual roll in favor of TNC, and Seb's going to die as well. The concoction connects on bottom. Gabby, come on. That was Armel.
Was that not, like, scripted right there? You try to kill Tim's. He's the support Earthshaker, but it takes so long that that's all you get, and you've lost 4 now. Like, TNC, really, credit to them. They're playing this game excellently, but I feel like OG's had the wrong read on it for a while. You're smoking to take an engagement here. You can't win this fight. You can't.
If they could get the quick and easy kill onto him, then maybe they could turn into something else. But you're right, he's just so tanky, and the heroes don't have the burst damage. Because what does Thompson have? Like, Thompson can have his silence, he can have his level of control, but once that's gone, you need Anna.
Look at Anna's items, though. He's got Haunt, sure. He's got 93 damage. He's got a hood and treads and 2 rate. Like, this is not a strong hero right now.
He gets hit by Ice Blast. He's trying to survive this by having that hood, and he will survive for a long time. He's got the living armor as well as that extra little bit of a buff up. Supports come in from the backlines from Seb and Anna. Another Spectral Dagger out, but the Spirit Committal. Gabby, he really wants to get this kill. He's Searing Chained him, locked him in the tree lines. Seb side back in the lane. Maybe no talons. Thompson, no. No-Tal Frostbites and then goes into the trees. He can let it go, but there's very little that Thompson can do here. Rolling Boulders forwards, gets a double silence, turns on the Magnetize, but here comes Armel. Here's the big beast. OG will start buying back into this game, but all it's going to do is feed more money into the Alchemist. He'll kill off Thompson, and this game, it actually feels like it's already over. We haven't had a tier 3 tower being attacked, but yeah, they'll keep it going. They'll keep moving up. Gabby will get himself his 11th kill of this game.
I don't know, Toby. Like, it's not going to work.
They found G-Rex in the trees as well. They put down Tinker Wards up on the hillside so they could see G-Rex coming in. And Seb running away. Low on life, begins his own TP out. Armel, one punch would do it, but he's not a one-punch man.
Dude, it's like, it'd be one thing if there was some sort of vision advantage for OG, right? But playing against AA Venno, that's never going to be the case. Look at the amount of sentries placed throughout their jungle by TNC. OG just keep trying to take fights, but it's not a thing, and Seb is dead again.
Yep. Ice Blast will actually kill him. Thompson rolling boulders in, but it's a quick jump away.
And I again point to the Orchid. The 2 real targets for OG, right? They're Alk and the Ember. And by the time the Orchid was online, you had a Yules on Gabi, and you had a Manta on Armel. They're not targets anymore. And it's not as if you're going to be able to find the AA in the back of the fight. AU has no intention of being in a position like where he can be isolated or just cut off in the back. He's just standing around his team.
They're finally going to do Roshan. 21 minutes into the game, 29 kills into the game for TNC alone. And OG have no way to scout one. They just profits down. Thompson, if he goes for it, it'll be a suicidal run. Cuckoo's already putting the wards down. Radiant Scan, Dire Scan, everyone's aware of what's happening. Spectral Horn from Anna can get him in the middle of the thick of this, but they don't know the timing of Roshan. He's already at 1.2k. And then the initiation as she comes towards the mid lane. Ice Blast comes in, No-Tal and Thompson gets perfectly hit by that. The Nova is pretty damn good as well. Everyone's going to start to tick down. Maybe they can get something in return. Cuckoo will finally die. OG can get a kill, but they're going to lose everything else. Here comes Armel. G-Rex actually just ticks down as well, as Armel just had to stand next to him, letting everybody else, the supports, get the kills. This game's over. GG. Not even 22 minutes on the board, and OG will admit defeat.
But you can see, if they had taken like that fight without being, 20,000 gold down, like maybe you got a chance. But I see it as OG gave away like 15 of these 33 kills, asking for an engagement that they cannot win.
Yep.
You cannot do this. And TNC, like they were memeing the whole game, like spamming chat lines. They're having a blast.
Yeah. They went beyond OG, and they slapped him down. The Alchemist never really contested. He went for an even trade-off. But even the side lanes, it felt like OG's attention was always on the side lanes. It was never able to be done on the Alchemist. Like, hey, we warded for the Alchemist, and then they attacked the side lanes.
If you want to fault TNC for anything, it's maybe their team coordination, their ability to make critical decisions in a pinch. Like, oh, do we Roche? Or do we go defend this bottom racks?
Yeah.
Liquid loves playing TNC at times because you can abuse their movement, right? You can outthink them throughout the game. You don't hope to outplay TNC. They don't have a dearth of individual talent. They're incredible players. It's about how do they work as a team. If you just want to keep fighting them, they'll do that all day, especially when they've got a lineup like that. And they just played their game. They had fun, and that wins Dota.
Hey, that's what we expected from OG, right? No matter what happens, even if your draft isn't quite right, you still keep running at them. You still keep fighting. Okay. OG, true to OG. Same for TNC. Fantastic games from both teams. I want to see more, please.
Thank you very much. Yes, we are going to see more as well, because that is just game 1 of 2 as we head into our second game of the series very shortly. Of course, we're going to break down game number 1. I'm not really sure where we start, other than to say that Alchemists are pretty rich.
They got dumpstered.
They did get dumpstered. I didn't want to be that guy, but...
I got you. So the last pick was just really good.
What do you do when it's like that, though? Are you just like, write it off?
I mean, they were kind of screwed, right? Because the last pick Alchemist, they didn't have this, like, pressuring typical like win mid hero. It was Earth Spirit. Even though Thompson did very good in rotations, he's not gonna like beat the other mid convincingly, which you sometimes need, especially against an Elk. And then if they do want to kill Elk, they have to do ganks, and then their ganks would have to be either a CM or a Tree. Tree's not good at ganking mid, and CM's got to protect the Spectre. So it's just like Elk had the free game to do Elk things, and the rest of the game just went okay, and then Elk just kind of like stomped everything.
Sib said before the game that they were enjoying themselves. I think TNC out enjoyed themselves.
Oh, for sure.
They out enjoyed OG, which is weird.
Well, they spammed the Seb line more than OG, so...
I almost think this is like... I don't know, is that a mental thing or what? I don't know. It's just... But they are having a lot of fun, TNC.
I think both teams in the pre-video both said that they're just here to have... They're going to enjoy the game. It's not going to take it too seriously. Obviously, it's still going to win. I think you can see like OG's draft, but they have like 2 main styles of draft. The one which is like they have the big run at you, the real like the Aberdons, the Batriders, these type of like Monkey Kings as well, and it's like a nice kind of aggressive draft. And then the other side is when they get a little bit more creative and they try and be like have the greedy element and like not so much of a strong 4-man. And you can see here when they put this Earth Spirit mid, they're trying to like reinvent what they were doing last patch, where they pick this Pangolier early or they pick this hero, and like this Earth Spirit picks like it's like them, I'm guessing, trying the new version of what they done last time, and clearly it didn't work, because like TNC's draft, when you see those 4 heroes, their last pick, like I said, they could pick Medusa, like an Alk as well is great. They can pick like a Meepo as well, which I think OG banned. Like,
they did ban last.
TNC could pick any greedy win condition mid, and this game is just so easy for them to win, just because OG's draft is so... I don't know, it's trying to be a bit too creative right now.
Okay, but worth a try, I guess.
Sure, why not?
Worth giving it a go.
It was fun to dream of the possibilities that never happened.
Yeah, I mean, Samael was probably watching this thinking, I hope Earth Spirit mid's a thing. Because he plays a lot of Earth Spirit in the pubs.
I don't know. I could see him also heavily criticizing, like...
Probably.
This is stupid, yeah.
Probably. MVP, Armel.
Probably, yeah.
I think the MVP...
I mean, that's the easy one to pick here, right?
Can I go for a different MVP outside the players?
On the screen, MVP, Armel.
I don't want to vote Armel. I don't agree with this.
You can go your own way.
Okay, I'm gonna say that I feel the MVP is actually... If Heen was clicking the buttons for the draft, whoever clicked the buttons on the draft, he's got the MVP.
Right, so that's Armel.
Was he clicking the buttons?
Yeah.
Okay, then. What a god.
I don't know.
No, there's no way it's Armel. No way the mid lane is there drafting.
I know. I mean, it was just a one-sided performance.
Yeah,
and that's like kind of what we have to write it off for. I guess OG are going to write it off as that, aren't they? They're going to worry.
Yeah, like this loss is like this draft as well. Like in a different scenario where you're playing up against obviously a different lineup. Like this draft, it does have its pieces. It does work well, but against such a solid draft from TNC, it's not going to be able to really get to the point where it's actually showing its like abilities. So.
All right. Good stuff. Thank you very much, gents. Break headed our way to pay some bills, of course, here at ESL One Birmingham, but don't go too far away. Game 2 just around the corner. Plenty for OG to think about as we head into Game 2, but I don't think they're going to be too worried. TNC, on the other hand, what a bunch of comedians they were in Game number 1. We'll see what they come up with in Game 2 very soon.